Hey, what's up, all the peoples? It's Ridiculous Badger. I'm in a place. We're gonna look. We got the Valentimes event is coming up. That's what's gonna happen. It's now 2:42 in the AM for me. It's about to drop its server reset. We anticipate a whole bunch of things is gonna happen. So I thought, look, rather than what I usually do is I start off a stream. I start killing monsters. After I get bored of that, after a while, I start to go over the event. And I thought, you know what, that could be confusing for people that kind of like just tuned in. So I thought I would just start it a little bit early before the server reset, and then then I would have some time to go over what we know about the event, and then people could, check the beginning out of the video, and they could duck out while freaking who cares about me hitting monsters, right? Because we do think that there are going to be monsters. We think there are going to be crimson behemoths, and I don't know if you got this email. This you probably got that email where they recycled your crimson flames if you had any left over. I complained to the devs and then I got this back, which is how many I had before. So I already opened the first email that had 942,000 millage. I'm going to save my Crimson Behemoth, my Crimson Flames here in my email because I think I'm going to farm as many of these things as I need in the upcoming event from the event itself. So I'm just going to thank 7 Pirates for the loan of 942,000 millage, and I'll get to that later. So let's take a look at what the event is going to... Well, let's check Shield. Let's check Shield. Okay, good. Let's take a look at what the event is going to be. So, check it out Discord now on the Diplomacy of War server. And of course, in all of my videos, there is a link to that in the description. It'll tell you how to get onto the Diplomacy of War server, which is great. It's where you should be. We're coming up on 2,500 people there. So whenever there's an event, Krylar is all of His Holiness pulls the data and he puts it in this eventified channel down here in help. So looks like he posted here at 10:13 in the AM yesterday, 7-day Valentimes event. So it goes from 2:14 to thanks for let's turn off these notifications. All right. Let's. I have a feeling that guy's gonna come back and make me go through like the actual notifications and turn it off like globally. But we're gonna press on. So we've got a week-long event. It's got a time limit item redeem, and I think that that's the reason that the event didn't drop on the 13th because we had 10 minutes left to that time limit item redeem. And remember, for the past couple of events, we've had overlapping time limit item redeems. We had it for Chinese New Year, for a spring event, and we had it for a Christmas event. And what happened was they didn't give us monsters until the second day, and it was loopy. So it looks like... yeah, it looks like you're going to make me do this, man. Let's do this. Oh, how do I turn off notifications? Oh, I haven't done this. This is in privacy? No. All right. We're just going to press on. So there's a time limit item redeem. There's going to be Galactic Oracle. Holiday Store, pretty basic. There's going to be different value pack. What's up, Rednax? What's up, Brazil? It's kind of like you guys have a cameo. There's going to be total gold use, a daily total recharge. So when you buy gold every day, it's going to, be different as to what the rewards are. And then the wormhole jump. We had this mini game wormhole jump. It's one of these weird like extra modules. It's really just about how much money did you spend on the global level. Okay, so let's take a look at this total gold use thing, and we've still got 15 minutes. Okay, so let's see. It goes up to 20 million, whatever. Got some energy stones in there, some IntelliBots. Look, primary AI at 4.5 million gold. For the vast majority of players, this is not attainable. I would say, like, for the vast majority of players, up to and including the 400,000 gold mark is probably like the limit of where most people can expect to get. So 6 magazines, 2 energy stones, 40 food boxes. Okay, so that's not what you're going in for. It's to get you some chocolates here. We could see reward number 4. So it looks like you got a chance for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chocolates if you spend 200,000 gold. And then you get these random wormhole jumpers that honestly I feel are just a waste of time. Whatever. I don't know if anyone likes that module. Okay. So that's how you get your chocolates. So there's probably going to be chocolates and roses. Let's see. It looks like there's going to be an ether crystal for 200 super equipment chests, which makes sense because we just had a galactic oracle that took super equipment chests. The devs constantly do this. There's going to be galactic oracle for cosmic crystal, one cosmic crystal, excuse me, and it's going to have a maximum impact of 60% on the meter. I mean, take that with a grain of salt. You'll probably, it's very unlikely to see a 60% jump. And it looks like this is the time limit item redeem. Okay. So, I mean, I realize for a lot of people who are watching this, this might look very confusing, but as you get used to this, the great thing about what the Theory Crafters put out is it's all standardized. So, if every event's time limit item redeem is going to look like this, so, every total gold recharge is going to look like the first one we saw, or the total gold spend. So you get used to these formats, and after a while you jump around here. So it looks like for you're gonna have the chance to get the new weapons, and a lot of people were looking for a good way to get the new weapons because they came out during Christmas, and we had that Christmas vending machine, and that thing there was no it was just about luck. It was RNG. There was no way if you wanted a specific weapon or if you wanted 2 specific weapons, there's no way to aim for it. So we like having them in time limit item redeem where we could actually just decide exactly what we're going to get out of the event. So 2 roses, 2 eternal fires, I'm sure that's going to be in your daily quests. 2 laser crystals, the laser crystals are going to be from the Galactic Oracle. And then 2 ether crystals, and ether crystals 200 super equipment chests, and then 30 crystal shards, which you'll be able to get those by playing the slots. So question is going to be, is there going to be mega slots? And I don't think so. I didn't see it on the list. So for 2 roses, 2 eternal fire, 2 laser crystal, 2 ether crystal, that's good. That's 400 super equipment chests. At 30 crystal shards, the crystal shards is probably going to be about 15,000 to 20,000 gold worth. Honestly, this doesn't look super cheap. I don't know how to get the roses yet, right? Roses at the bottom. 2 chocolate is a rose. Honestly, this isn't so expensive. For the truth, the eternal night, and reincarnation, and each of these 3 weapons are, I would absolutely recommend picking these up, whether or not you're a high-end player, whether or not you're a T12 player. These weapons are great, and if and honestly, if you're going to get 1, you should get 2, because if the build that you're working on is going to use, say, 2 eternal night or 2 reincarnation or 2 truth. 2 truth does have application. So I mean, you're going to want to have the option of having 2. Ultimately, if you do buy 2 out of this, it's going to cost you 800 super equipment chests. So for a lot of players, that might be, the farm. But if you got 1 during Christmas, maybe you could get your second here, or if you're a spender and you miss them entirely, you can you can pick up 2, and it is affordable. And these roses and chocolates. Razel, thank you for pointing that out. You could send roses, and I believe you could also send chocolates. You were able to last year if you are the same or higher bridge level, so that will help. So the roses in general are easy enough to crowdsource. Get together with your guild and figure out if someone needs to get them. And then, of course, we've got the wild roses, which, oddly doesn't even take any roses this year. And the roses came out for that. And then, we've got our Crimson Flame. It's going to cost 30. I don't think I'm opening up that email. Phantom This is a honestly, this is a cheap Phantom here for 400 SEC. Phantom is going to be replacing Nixa in the meta. So honestly, personally, I'm thinking about cannibalizing my Nixa pads. Just whatever Nixa is good at, Phantom does it better. Yeah, honestly, for the rabbit ear headband, that's pretty cheap if you're building on the Sui set. Anything here that only costs one ether crystal is 200 super equipment chests. And honestly, there's been inflation of super equipment chests over time. Today's 200 super equipment chests is like a year and a half ago is 125. Honestly, you get them every day. How many times can I say the word honestly? The X. The X for the laser crystal and the eternal fire is going to be a great way for infantry players to use up extra eternal fire at the end of the event, and you could bank them for awakened materials. That is very cheap. I normally have a ton of eternal fire at the end of these events because I've been playing for a while, and so I have most of the gear that I need. Magazines and the melange, that's honest. How many times can I say the word honestly? This is a high cost here for 30 crystal shards or 20 crystal shards. The Crimson Flame, you're gonna be able to farm a ton of those. But the crystal shards, that is costly. And then the roses, being able to exchange the roses and the chocolates for each other, that's great. We didn't have the capability to do that last year, so I am super happy to see that. Okay, so that was time limit item redeem, and then this is the daily total recharge. So each group of these lines, you can see dates for the start and the end date all the way up at the top left. So starting 214, ending 215, and then it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blank rows here. So each group of those is a day. So 214 to 215 is Friday, to 215 to 60 is Saturday. So you just kind of get used to looking at that. And each day goes up to 90,000 gold. That's $600 or it's 6 packs. So primary AI on the first day for 6 packs. Primary AI the second day, 6 packs. Rose at the wow, it starts off at $100. Yeah. Wow. Normally it starts off much lower than that. That's, I don't know. This is looking expensive here. So a rose is $100. You might be looking at getting your roses through exchanging them for chocolates. Let's just back up for a second. 2 chocolates and an ether crystal. Yeah, so 200 super equipment chests or $100. Take your pick. I know how I'm going to be getting mine. All right. These don't... Okay, so if you wait until the 17th... What is that, Monday? Monday the 17th. 100... Oh, okay. Monday the 17th. Oh, this is super important. So take a look at this. The first Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you get a rose at $100. Starting on Monday, you get a rose for 3,000. What is that? $20? Yeah. So on Monday, you get a rose for $20. You get the second rose for $100. And then the same thing, Tuesday, rose, $20. So wait to pick up your roses. You got to wait until Monday because then they're going to be a fifth the price. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, your first rose drops at $100 each day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, your first rose drops at $20. Wow, 7 Pirates. That is shady. All right, then it looks like we're going to have a holiday store. All right, let's get back into the game. Let's get ready to fight some Crimson Behemoths. So I guess for what what's this event going to be good for those for the equipment? For the equipment, it's going to be great to get some of those new weapons, the air, the infantry, the walker, new weapons, and you should have two. I do think that they're good things to have on hand. So I myself will be getting another infantry weapon. Use it to grab a phantom. Use it to it's a relatively cheap phantom. Use it to grab a bunny ears if you're going to be building out or rounding out a sweet set. Definitely good for that. Use the chocolates to make roses. Wait until Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to pick up your roses. They're only $20 each of those days. And at this point, it looks like we're right about to get out to server reset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my stuff ready to start hunting monsters. And there's a 75% chance that when I'm editing this later, that I cut the video here. So thanks for joining me.